gon' bet it all, I know. We gon' bet it all, I know. Our girl, I really wanna.
What's up, God's children? How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing swell, because I'm doing swell. We're here for another video, another season 3, Tress. The good, the bad, well, the good, bad, and ugly. You know, everybody loves good. But the bad and ugly, people like, no, do the, y'all know. Y'all know the key, that jump. Sorry, all jokes aside. But we're just gonna go right into it, you know. We don't need to wrap up. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little story time. So me and my brother and sister, we love Eggos. We are Eggo waffle people in this house. If you don't like Eggos, then you better bounce, okay? Me and my sister, we cook them in the oven, you know, put that oven in 350, is it 350? I don't know, my sister prepares it. But put the oven on 350, you know, make it nice and hot. Get your little foil out. Put the little Eggo, of course, this is like a long process. But, you know, your Eggos come out, right? Your Eggos come out making that Eggo crunching sound, you know, when you're cutting that. So, we love our Eggos. We put a little syrup on it. We eating it. It's delightful. My brother, on the other hand, he likes to cook his Eggos in the microwave. It's fast, it's easy, and it's good to go. Puts it on a good 3 minutes, and, you know, his Eggos come out wobble. Like, his Eggos come out like this. Like, waffles should not do this. Like, why is your waffle flopping? So his Eggos come out floppy, and he just tears it apart and eats it, you know, conveniently like that. He puts it on a napkin and he eats it conveniently like that. I tell you that story to tell you that a lot of us like blessings, but we want them in microwave time, and they come out different. It comes out bad. Like, it comes out like floppy, not even how you really want it, not strong, not, you know, tasteful, not all fluffy. It just comes out microwave, like 3 minutes microwave. How can we expect a magnificent blessing, a blessing that requires so much, and we want it in microwave time? It's never going to come out in microwave time. And through that microwave time, there's going to be a process. Not even through that microwave time, but through the oven process of your blessing. Through the oven, you know, putting in the oven, it's going to be a process to it. You're going to have to, you know, prepare it, you know, preheat. You're going to have to get your little foil out, you know, all this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that comes in with a blessing that a lot of us don't want to go through because it takes too much time. But I'm here to tell you that there is a process. We can always expect good. Like, the good things are going to happen, but when the bad things and the ugly things happen, like, we get so scared. We're like, oh my gosh, then the good things that happen don't really matter anymore because, like, all these bad things are happening now. But I'm here to tell you, everything is not going to be glitter and gold. Some things are going to happen and you're not going to like them. And I'm sorry, but you're just not. I'll give you guys a perfect example. So, I don't know if you were watching in my first couple videos, but in my first video, I was talking about how great God was and everything like that. And I was talking about how this job I'm going to get. So I was so sure that I'm going to get this job. I prayed, I fasted, I did everything for this job. And they did a drug test. Now, like, I had probably smoked like a couple months prior to that, but when I looked up like how long it was going to take to get out of my system, it said like a couple weeks. And so I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, that joint good. Like, it's going to be good. Didn't get the job. Never called me back. So I got another job offer. You know, got some little ties pulled or whatever. And the job was, you know, another great job, another job that I probably enjoy and making a whole lot more money than I'm making right now. Drug test comes. You know, I'm good. Now it's like another month in, so I'm like, okay, if that job's seen drugs in my system, this job sure enough can't, because I've been working out, I've been drinking water, like, I haven't smoked. There's nothing, like, there's literally nothing going to be wrong. They found marijuana in my system, like, and in these, like, that's a part of my bad and ugly, because I'm just like, God, like, what? You're saying that I'm supposed to prosper. You're saying that I'm supposed to do good things. I'm talking about how I want to get out of debt. I'm talking about how I want to, make all this money, honey. I'm just talking about all this stuff. And they're seeing, like, what? I don't even smoke anymore. Like, a lot of thoughts started running through my head. Well, dang, I might as well smoke. Dang, if people keep on seeing marijuana in my system, I might as well pick up a J and get this stress out. And I was like, is there something wrong that I'm doing? There has to be something wrong that I'm doing. I'm not doing something right. What am I doing? Like, do you hate me? Like, I just had all these thoughts, like, literally had all these thoughts. And he just began to tell me, like, why don't you just try trusting me? Why don't you just try trusting the process? And I'm here to tell you today that you just need to trust the process. My life is not glitz and glamour. I don't come on this to tell you guys that life is going to be pretty. Life is going to be easy. That if you love God, that your life is just going to be perfect. People have this preconception that when you become a Christian, that your life is just going to be glitz and glam. I'm telling you that being any life period is hard. Life period is hard. The life of this gnat, stupid gnat. But life period is going to be hard. Normally, oh, there it is. Look, okay. Oh, sorry. Don't even mind that. But normally, like, for life, like, I would, in those type of situations, I would cry, I would be depressed, I'd be going out, like, knowing I don't got no money, probably going out to the club, trying to get drunk or whatever, because, like, dang, my life sucks. Like, I just feel like my life sucks. And now that I am trusting God for a lot more things in my life, like, I can't do those things anymore. He's like, instead of trying to put your hope in those things, why don't you put your hope in me? And instead of crying to all of your friends, telling them what's going on, why don't you cry to me? Why I want you to come to me and trust me with your situation. No, it doesn't look pretty. No, it doesn't look good, but just trust me in it. And, like, I really have had to have, like, a lot of life checks in the process of, like, a couple months. Like, this all happened in, like, 2 months span, and now I'm in this job where, you know, I make a lot less, I make little money, and, like, but I come to the job and I have a great attitude sometimes. You know, I'm still working on that, but I have a good attitude, and I know that God is trying to prepare me for something in that place that I wouldn't have got if I was just given everything that I wanted going to those other jobs. To understand why bad things happen, bad and ugly things happen, and not all good things happen, we have to understand how God operates. We have to know the word. We have to know our word, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to even say I'm not telling you. I'm telling you that you need to pick. If you're not reading the word, you need to read the word. I'm not saying that you need to go from Genesis to Revelations and you need to do it in 3 months span. Like, that is impossible. But I'm saying, like, pick a little scripture. Pick one scripture and just read it. Just read it. If that's like for a week, if you're reading that same, I literally read a chapter a month, and I'm reading that same chapter all throughout the month. And talk to God. Like, coming into prayer is like how you go into your best friend and you call her when things are happening. You have that, you know that your best friend's going to answer. You know that she's going to talk to you. You know that she's going to give you advice. You know that they're going to just be there for you. Well, that is the same thing with God. God is there at all times whenever you need him through prayer. All you have to do is go and pray. Like, that is your one-on-one time with God. Like, that is your time with a God. If we're saying that God has created heaven and earth, God has created everything on earth, God has created us, God has done all these amazing things, but we can't talk to him. So he's so amazing, but we can't talk to him. Like, that all-power person, all-power God is in your life. He wants to have conversation with you. And when you talk to him through the things that you're going through, you will start to, like, have a certain peace about it because you know that he's in control. And then the third thing is you have to believe. Like, if you're not believing in what God is saying, or that God can do all these things, then it will not happen. And I'm sorry, like, all that's step 1, step 2, and you're not believing. If you do step 1 and step 2, you're in your word, you're talking to him, but you're not believing that he can do it. Like, I'm just doing this just because people say that it's gonna happen. but I don't really believe that it's gonna happen. Like, how can a God do anything? Like, how can something that is invisible do anything for me? Well, then I'm sorry, then it's not gonna work for you. It's not gonna work for you. God is in control at all times. I don't know if I heard this or I just wrote it, but God knows the ending at the beginning. There's nothing that happens that he doesn't know about. He knows everything that's gonna happen. He's here like, yes, this bad situation, it sucks right now, but guess what? It's gonna work out for your good. Like during the time where I didn't get these jobs or whatever, and by the way, I'm still in that same job. Like I'm still doing those same things, but they're working with my school schedule. Like there's good things that come out of it. I'm learning how to have patience through this place because Lord knows I need patience with the people. And I'm learning so much about myself from these places, like complaining, like I'm checking, like he's checking me on complaining, he's checking me on patience, he's checking me on just thinking I'm better than other people. Like there's so many things that I'm getting from this place that like are valuing, that are more of value than just receiving money. And the waiting process matters, and it matters because it gives your blessing a time to manifest. It gives you an opportunity to grow, to be able to handle your blessing, and it gives your blessing a time to come into manifestation. You don't know what's going to happen, and I think that's where a lot of our trouble comes, because we're like, I know with me, I'm just like, if I don't understand it, if I don't know it, then I'm have a problem. I have a problem. I'm gonna get anxious. I'm gonna be like, why? When I should just be like, okay, you got it. You're all seeing God. I can't see everything like you see. I can only live in today, and you live in my tomorrow. You go before me. You live in my tomorrow. You live in my next day, and my next day, and my next day. So I'm gonna just give it to you because you're the only one that truly knows what's going on. So I'm gonna read you 2 verses that really, resonate with what I've been saying, so that you can see it in scripture. So the first thing we're going to go to is James 1 verse 2 and 4, and this is the new living translation, I think it's called, NLT for short. Anyway, so it says, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. I'm gonna stop right there because it's just like, how can you find joy out of trouble? And he's gonna go on and tell us how. So for you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. When your faith is tested, faith is just, being in this place where you can say, okay, that's gonna happen, and nothing looks like that. It looks nothing like that. Like you can't see anything, but you just have this faith for it. But you have this, you're like, oh, I can get to that finish line. Even though I'm getting knocked down so many times, I'm going to continue to get up and go. That's your endurance. Like, okay, now my endurance is going to be able to be at a point where when this does come up again, I'll be able to face it. So let it grow. For whenever endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. So now we're going to go to Ecclesiastes 7:14, and when it says, when times are good, be happy. We know how to do that, right? We know how to be happy when times are good. But then it goes on to say, but when times are bad, consider this. God has made the one as well as the other. Therefore, no one can discover anything about their future. Basically, it's saying like, God has made both. If I say that God is a being that can do all things, that has so much power, that raised Jesus up from the dead, gave him this name above all names, and he has made my good and my bad, like, that is just so amazing to think about, because it's just like, I have the victory in both of the situations. I'm going to come out winning in both of the situations. No, it's not going to feel good. It's never going to feel good. But I'm going to come out needing nothing. And I'm going to come out having had so much endurance for my next situation. And yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Things are going to be a little different. I'm not going to come out with 2 seasons because I've realized, like, oh my gosh, there's so much work for me. But I will come out with the rest of these videos, the second one and the third one, in the weeks to come. So just keep watching. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, like it. Please do not just be a stranger and just watch the video, but like it, subscribe if you want to, comment, like really comment. Like I just want to hear your situations. Give me your situations. If you need prayer, like anything, just know that I'm praying for you guys. I hope you're praying for me because I need